Let's go forward. And let me bring up the. You see my screen now with
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Okay, great. So let me see once I'm live. Still try to figure out where am I going live. Okay, let me start the video now. Okay, and see, I think we have waited enough. So let's start with the story of Dashera. It's a revision, as I mentioned, and then we'll see if we have enough people by then. We'll do the Kahoot. Otherwise, we'll jump on to the another video, and that video would be about Acharya Vidyasagar, his life story, and some important, interesting facts about his tyag and his tap. That's something we'll cover today. Okay. So with that,
Okay.
let me see full screen. Let me go full screen and let me share this story.
Jajinendra kids, all of you must have heard about Dasara. So today, let me tell you about Ravan. Ravan was a very brave king, and he even had knowledge of many shastras, meaning religious books. He had another name, Dashna. What is the meaning of Dashna? Dashna comes from Das, meaning 10, and Anand, meaning face. You know why he was given that name? Well, Ravan was brave in his childhood. One day, he took a necklace having 9 precious gems, which was guarded by 1,000 Nagkumar devs, meaning snake gods. And then you know what happened? Baby Ravan's face started reflecting in the gems. So in total, everyone could see 10 faces. And from then on, he started being called Dashna. When he grew up, he started winning wars. Many kings were under his rule. Hence, Ravan became swollen with pride. One day, when he was passing through a forest, he saw a beautiful lady. She was Ramji's wife, Sita, and he did something very wrong. He kidnapped Sita. For this reason, Ramchandraji and his brother Lakshman declared a war against Ravan, and that war went on for days. In the last few days of the war, when Lakshman and Ravan were fighting, you know what happened? Lakshman shot an arrow that cut Ravan's head, but something strange happened. Where his head was cut, 100 new heads grew. Lakshman attacked him again, and the bow cut Ravan's hand, but new hands grew. Do you know why this was happening, kids? Ravan had done sadhana, meaning penance, for many days, and gained Barupani Vidya, a superpower. And with this Vidya, even after attacking Ravan multiple times, Lakshman couldn't kill Ravan. You know what happened next? Multiple attacks by Lakshman weakened Ravan's Vidya, and at last Ravan lost his superpower. Ravan got angry, and he called for his giant Sudashar Chakra, a wheel-shaped weapon, with which Ravan had not lost one single war. As Ravan directed his chakra to Lakshman, It emitted strong flames. Lakshman tried his best to stop it. Ram, Shugriv, Bamandal, Vibhishan, Hanuman all tried in their own ways to stop it, but nobody could stop that chakra. And then that chakra swirled around Lakshman 3 times and came to rest on his finger. Ravan was taken aback. He started thinking. Even Adinath Bhagwan's son, Bharat Chakravarti, was better than me. And he, in his last stage of life, opted for deep meditation of the soul and achieved moksha, meaning salvation. This wealth and kingdom is useless, and indulgence is going to make me lose this war. Lakshman directed that chakra towards Ravan. Like the thundering clouds, that chakra started moving towards Ravan. Ravan tried his best to stop the chakra. He showered a rain of arrows. He threw his Vajra weapon and even his sword. But Ravan's good karma ran out, and that chakra cut through Ravan's chest. Ravan fell on the ground and died. Now, you know, kids, how uncertain this world is, that such a strong ruler of 3 kingdoms, under whom there were so many kings, and who was so knowledgeable, despite having so many qualities that he could not control his ego, anger, and bad emotions, and he was killed. After dying, Ravan went to the 3rd hell, where he had to bear extreme torture and atrocities. Ravan, through deep dedication and meditation, had achieved Bharupani Vidya. However, if with this deep dedication he had done meditation for his soul instead, he would have achieved salvation. But he did it for worldly wishes, and he had to go to hell. Even now, people remember the victory of Ram and Lakshman. In the same way we show compassion towards a sick person, we should consider Ravan's ego and pride as his sickness and should show compassion towards Ravan. We should let go of our own bad emotions. And the way Ramchandraji did tapasya during the last days of his life and achieved moksha and became liberated, we should take the same steps toward moksha. We will, right? Changing in their kids.
Okay. So that was a revision story, and I just realized we have company, Kavya. So Maulik has joined. Jai Jinendra Maulik.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra beta. Who else do I have? I have company of you, and then there is one more person. Who's that? So I have Kavya, and then one more person is there. May I know your name, please? Is that Sohini?
Oh, hi.
Jai Jinendra, who are you?
Ion.
I'm not getting your name. I just got, sorry, beta.
Ion.
Ayan. Oh, hi. Jai Jinendra Ayan. Okay, very nice. I don't somehow saw your name, so I was just wondering who's the person. Good. Great that you joined.
Probably some glitch.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, great. So we have Ayan, Maulik, and Kavya, and we just covered the story of the Shanan, aka Ravan, as per Jain tradition, right? And this is something we covered in the last class also. I thought it was a out of course thing for you guys, but realized that it's not. It got added to the coursework today, like this session. So awesome, right? This is sort of a revision, right, Maulik? You had covered it in the last class also. So we are starting there. Let's do this. How about we start today's thing with a Kahoot? We'll do 2 Kahoots if time permit, okay? One Kahoot on Ravan topic and another one on Acharya Vidyasagar once we cover that story, that video. Okay? So I have shared the pin for the Dashara story now on the screen. Do you see that?
No.
Okay, it should be shared on the screen now. If not, give me a second, okay? I will share it now. Okay, it is there. I do see. Do you see the code? 6886113. Okay, I see one entry out there with no name. That should be Ayan. Maulik. Okay. Waiting for you, Kavya. Okay, so we have Kavya as well. Perfect. Let's start the story. Let's start the quiz. Just three of us so far, right? Yes, we have all the three.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start it. So this is about Dashera. Dashera is that festival which is celebrated as the day of victory of Ram over Ravan. Okay, now what is meaning of Dashanan? Dashanan. One with 10 heads, one with 10 hands. Oh, perfect. All three gave me the right answer. 10 heads. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Let's keep moving. Okay. Let's see. Next one here. Whose name was Dashanan? So whose second name was Dashanan? Was it Ram, Lakshman, Ravan, or Hanuman? Whose name was it? Okay, we have one wrong answer and two right answers. It's Ravan, right? As I gave you the hint, as I started, it's story about Ravan,
I
right?
misclicked.
Oh, okay. No worries, no worries. Let's keep going. So it's Ravan, okay? Then next one. Keep going. Okay. Whom did Ravan kidnap on his way through forest? Who did he kidnap, right? Again, part of the story. Was it Mandodari, Kaushalya, Sita, or Draupadi? Okay, who did he kidnap? Ah, okay, perfect. Right answer. Like always, all three of you. Sita, right? By the way, just for your awareness, the first name here, Mandodari, was Ravan's main wife, main consort, right? That was Mandodari. And just another trivia fact about Ravan, which is always interesting that people find interesting. Ravan actually was a follower of Jainism, like Ram Bhagwan. So it's kind of surprising, right? That Ravan being Ravan, followed Jainism, but then still he ended up abducting Sita, right? So how is that possible? It's very much possible, right? Ravan was follower of Jainism, devout bhakt of Bhagwan Adinath, and used to do Shanti Dhara and everything, Dev Darshan and everything. But then what happened is when he started gaining success in life, he became very successful, and then he got a big ego. And that ego, that pride, that false pride, one of the Kashais, led to his fall, right? So that was like kind of interesting for Ravan. How can, and that could happen with anybody and everybody, right? You are a good person, you are a follower of Jainism, and you have got all your good karma on your side. That's why you're getting one success after the other. And then one fine day, you get such a big ego, that you start behaving badly, right? That's exactly what happened with Ravan. Ravan was the ultimate epitome of bad behavior, right? And that's what led to his fall. But ultimately, his fall is because of his ego. Always remember that, kids. Ego, aka Man Kashai, is not good at all. Right? That led him to do bad things in life, abducting Sita because he wanted to take a revenge and whatnot. So big story there. Anyways, keep going. So I'm going forward. Okay. Let's see. Next one. What superpower did Ravan acquire by doing penance? Remember, he used to get more different type of, roops. He could do camouflaging. Let me put it that way. So is it Bahubali Vidya, Sahastra Bahu Vidya, Dashanan Vidya, or Bahurupani Vidya? The name, okay? That's what we are looking for. Okay, that's kind of neat. No right answers on this one. It's actually Bahu Rupini Vidya. Okay,
I
that
misclicked.
Oh, you missed again. Okay.
Because I know Bahu means a lot and Roop means a lot, like the different transformations.
Oh, nice. I'm so happy that you know the actual Hindi meaning of it. Yes, so it is Bahu. Bahu means many, and Roop means, transformations or faces or, what do you call it? Um, different roops or different, you know, camouflagings or characters. So that's what it is. So yes, that's Bahu Rupani Vidya. That's what he acquired by doing sadhana. And that was the one responsible for the fact that whenever somebody used to attack him, he didn't die. He just like transformed, right? So when his head was cut, there was another head that used to come in, and when people thought that I just hit his arm and his arm is gone, he used to get another arm, and so on and so forth. So that's Bahu Rupani or Bahu Rupani Vidya. Okay, next one. Let's keep going. Okay. How many circles did Sudarshan Chakra thrown by Ravan to Lakshman? Like how many parikramas or circles it did? 1, 3, 5. Okay, perfect. Great answer. 3. Yeah. So when Ravan threw his weapons, the Sudarshan Chakra at Lakshman, it did 3 parikramas of Lakshman and stopped. Oh, okay, kids, do you know why Sudarshan Chakra did not hit Lakshman? Why Lakshman got saved? It was not shared in the story, but just asking, what do you think could be the reason? Okay, I'll tell you. The reason was Lakshman was a Narayan as per the Jain tradition. Okay, when somebody is Narayan, he's like the ultimate hero. Like Ravan is considered as a Prati Narayan or Prati Vasudev, right? So that's like the anti-hero, and Lakshman against that anti-hero was the hero. And the fact about the chakra, Sudarshan Chakra, is there are 2 facts. One fact is nobody can use it against the Narayan himself, because it was considered as the weapon, the hidden weapon of Narayana, right? And Narayan being the hero, ultimate hero, it cannot be used against him. And second fact about Sudarshan Chakra is that it cannot be used against your own bloodline. Right now, where is that fact coming into the play? Do you know of any story where Sudarshan Chakra was actually used against somebody on the same bloodline? Yes, Maulik, go ahead. I see your hand raised.
Well, I don't know Bahubali's brother, but I know Bahubali and his brother had a fight. So, like when Bahubali went to fight, he threw that Sudarshan Chakra, but it didn't hit him.
Yeah, so you are right. Partially, yes, it is a part of that story. The answer I was looking for, it's from Bahubali Bhagwan and Bharat Chakravarti, his elder brother, who was a Chakravarti, right? So it is not Bahubali Bhagwan who used the weapon Sudarshan Chakra. It is actually Bharat who used the weapon, right? But when he threw it at Bahubali, same thing happened. It did the 3 parikramas and stopped, right? And that was because of the fact that Sudarshan Chakra cannot be used against your own bloodline, own family. Hai na? So yes, great job, Maulik. At least you knew the context. It's from that story. Hai na? So now let's keep going. Let's go to the next question. Okay. The next question in the quiz is, Ravan was the king of how many khand? Khand is the part of like how many territories? 7 khand, 5 khand, 3 khand, 9 khand. What's the right answer? 7, 5, 3, 9. How many different parts of universe was he king of, or he won over? That's the question. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the right answer is 3 khand, 3 khand. ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, he was the king of the 3 khand. See, if somebody is king of 6 khand, 6 khandon ka raja, then he's a Chakravarti, right? That's like the ultimate king. Okay, kings of the king, like Bharat Chakravarti was. So Chakravarti is one who wins over or who takes over the control of all the 6 khand, right? However, for Ravan, it was just 3 khand. So Ravan was not a Chakravarti. He was a very mighty king. He was like very powerful, but that still he was not a Chakravarti, right? So that's the fact. That's the trivia fact about this whole question. Okay, next one. Who killed Ravan? Aha, the gist of the story. Was it Lakshman, Ram, Hanuman, or Vibhishan? Now, back in India, if you'll ask this question to most of the Hindus, their answer will be one. Okay, but one as in one, some answer. Okay. Yes, the right answer is Lakshman. See, again, you guys did the same mistake, isn't it? We just saw the story. Who did Ravan use the Sudarshan Chakra against? He used the Sudarshan Chakra against Lakshman, isn't it? And it is Lakshman who is the Narayan, who then as a counter used the same weapon against Ravan. There is no role of Ram in killing of Ravan. Ram was a Balbhadra. He is considered as a Kevali Bhagwan in Jain tradition. And if he is a Kevali Bhagwan, then there is no way he would end up using a weapon against Ravan and kill him, right? Killing is bad, violence is bad, right? So it is not Ram. Yes, Ram was the leader of the army and he was the one whose wife was abducted, but it is Lakshman, his younger son, his younger brother, and his younger brother and the Narayan who ended up killing Ravan. Make sense? That's the main message of this story. Remember, guys, this is a Jain Ramayan. Okay, in Jain Ramayan, the most important fact is that it's Lakshman who killed Ravan. Okay, most important thing, most important thing. That's the main part of this story. Okay, now next one. Let's keep going. Okay, number 8. Where did Ravan go after death? Like, what happened to his soul? Where did he end up? Was it in the 16th hell, the 3rd hell, or Narak, 7th hell or Narak, or the 5th hell or Narak? Which Narak did he ended up in? Okay. I just realized one more person joined, and that's Arham. Okay. Okay. The right answer actually is the 3rd hell and not the 5th hell. Okay. Maulik, are you raising your hand for something?
I had a question.
Yes, beta, go ahead.
It was about the kingdoms thing. If 6 kingdoms make you a Chakravarti, what does that make the British Empire, who ruled like 25% of the world?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. Okay. Yes, they ruled the 25% of this world. Okay.
Yeah.
But that didn't make them Chakravartis. Okay. Chakravarti's kingdom is way beyond this earth. You know, remember once I was using this term multiverse, right?
Yeah.
So when in the Jain context we talk about multiverse, that multiverse is made up of many different khand or different loks, like the middle world itself, which is way beyond this earth. You know, earth is just a speckle on that middle world as per Jain tradition. A Chakravarti is ruler of many of different khand of that middle world, which is way beyond.
What do go like?
Yeah. Hello.
Mm.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's what that. Now coming back to this question. So Ravan actually went to the 3rd hell. Now there is one more trivia about Ravan's soul, right? Ravan, you remember how at the very end of his life, after using the Sudarshan Chakra, and when Sudarshan Chakra did the 3 parikrama, he had some guilt thoughts, right? We saw that in the story, correct, Noor Malik? So Ravan was a devout Jain follower, and Ravan is considered as one who actually got Samyak Darshan. Okay. When he had that thought, he was like, he actually attached the Tirthankar Namkaram to his soul. Now, if he attached Tirthankar Namkaram to his soul, he's bound to be a Tirthankar, right? But he was not a Tirthankar in that life, is right? He actually was Ravan, the anti-hero, the Prati Narayan, who ended up doing wrong things and going dead, right? So that's why he is in third Narak. But the fact about Ravan's soul is not Ravan's soul, okay? Different things. Ravan's soul is that once after he's done with this three Naraks, his tenure in three Narak, in the third hell, he would actually be born as a Tirthankar in the next cycle. Okay, which is a very interesting fact for another day, right? But that also is a very important fact about Ravan, that although he is in hell at this point, his soul is in hell at this point, but once after his tenure in that Narak is over, in the next Chobisi, he would be one of the Tirthankars. Okay, that's kind of interesting, right? Very interesting, but for another day, another story. Okay, next one. Let's keep going. Okay, when Ravan became aware of the reality of the world, which king did he remember? Oh, who did he remember? Was it Bharat Chakravarti, King Shreyans, King Sugriv, or King Bali? You remember he had that thought when he had guilt. Who did he remember? That's the question. Yes, the right answer is Bharat Chakravarti. And why did he remember him? He was like, oh, I'm so bad. I did these so bad deeds. And, then he had the thought about Bharat Chakravarti, and his life and the lessons from his life. And that's exactly when he got his Samyak Darshan, right? So right before the moment of his death, he got this Samyak Darshan. He was supposed to be, supposed to go to at least become Dev, but he had done so many misdeeds in the past, right? That all those bad karma came to fruition. And, his Ayu Karma was over. His age expired and he died. Okay. So that's that. Now let's keep going. Next one. Why should we not burn the effigy of Ravan, right? That's something many Hindus do, and sometimes Jain follow them. It's not good, right? To prevent violence against innumerable jeeves, instead of hating Ravan, we should learn from his bad deeds to stay away from anger, all the above. What do you think why we should not be burning his effigies? People do that, and it suddenly became a big emotion thing. Okay. While all the answers are right? So even number 2 is right, but the correct answer is all the above, right? Of course, if you do that kind of burning of unnecessary fire, that means you are causing violence to so many jeeves, isn't it? Right? You are killing them at the end, right? So many insects, bugs get killed. You would have seen, right? Wherever there is a bonfire around it, how many insects, end up killing themselves. And then instead of hating Ravan, we should learn from his bad deeds. Absolutely right answer, right? It's not Ravan who we should hate. Hate is a very strong word. It's kashai, right? We should not be doing any kashai. We should show our compassion even towards the soul of Ravan. Because remember, Ravan was a big Pandit. He was a very, very highly rated scholar, right? And not just scholar, he was a very powerful king. He was a very mighty king, But what happened? He ended up getting a big ego because of all his success, and that led to his fall. And that could happen to anybody and everybody, right? There are people around us who are devout Jains, and they end up, gaining big ego, and that leads to their fall, right? And then most importantly, to stay away from anger and other bad things. One should not be celebrating your hate, right? Celebrating hate leads to more hate. You see what's happening in Israel and Palestine? Same thing. There are people all around the world who are standing for the killing of so many Jews in Israel, like they are like celebrating it. And if you are following ethics and moral, it will appear very clear to you that that's not right. Right? How can one celebrate killing of small babies and innocent people? That's not right. You cannot do that. Yes, you may have been persecuted, and if that's the case, you fight out in the open like Ram did, right? Ram was also something, his wife was abducted. So being a just king that he was, he had to go back to claim back his wife and win over like Ravan. But that was a war that he was forced upon it, and he didn't go and end up killing innocent people in Lanka. Rather, he fought it out in open battle, like brave people do, right? So yes, it is the cause of violence, but there was some justification for that violence. It was forced upon him, right? So that's very important, right? One should not be celebrating bad and wrong emotions like anger and hate and everything. And where you should be applying this most? You should be applying it most when you are playing video games. What kind of emotions are coming to you when you are playing a very violent video game, which involves killing of characters, right? What are you celebrating? That's the thought that should occur to you. Are you celebrating anger and hate in any ways or form? If you are, then you are responsible for your own emotions and your own karma, right? What kind of karma will come to you? Now, that's not real violence, one may argue, but still in your thoughts, you are doing violence, isn't it? So that's why it is very important. We have to learn from Ravan's life or from his bad deeds and not hate him, because that could very well happen with us as well, right? We all have our own inner demons. Sometimes they take over. So it is very important for us to keep them in check. Make sense? Okay, let's keep going. Next question, number 11, last one. What do we learn from the story of Ravan? What do we learn from story of Ravan? Work hard to achieve a worldly desire, leave our worldly desire and work hard to achieve the path of moksha. You should even fight for attainment of your desires. All powers should be used for all our good and bad desires. Very interesting answers. Okay, the right answer is leave our worldly desires and work hard to achieve the path of moksha. Remember, think of this. Ravan was a devout Jain, a Pandit, right? He was so knowledgeable. It's just that he didn't use his knowledge in the right way. He could have ended up using his knowledge, in the path of salvation, on the path of moksha, right? He could have given up all his worldly desire. He was, after all, the ruler of 3 khand. 3 khandon ka raja tha wo, right? If he would have renunciated that, given that up, and become a muni, and used his powers and his knowledge there, he could have very easily achieved moksha in that life itself. But he did not. He got carried away by his ego, by his bad emotions, and look what happened to his life. We still think about him. We still, are talking about him generations down, right? But not for right reasons, right? His life is a lesson for us, right? So that's very important for us to keep in mind. Okay, with that, let's see. We are ending. And by the way, it doesn't matter where are you on the podium, but let's go for it. So we have number 1 as Ayan. Awesome. Oh, no, my bad. I was too quick on that. That's Maulik. Yes, Maulik. Sorry for that, but you all are on podium, so that's great. Okay, nice. So now let's see. And in the meantime, I think we have got a company. So I'll close this down. Let me close this down. Let me close this story down about Ravan. But remember, Ravan's story is the most fascinating one. And remember that Ravan was not killed by Ram. Ravan was instead killed by Lakshman. We don't consider Ram as the killer of Ravan. Okay. With that said, now let's jump on to the next video. But before that, I would like to ask you a question. Who amongst you know about Acharya Vidyasagar? Have you heard of his name from your parents? Maulik,
Yeah.
do you know about Acharya Vidyasagar? That's great.
I've heard about he was like the head.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
Okay. He is. Okay. He's the head Acharya. He's an Acharya, right? You know who are Acharya? Acharya are the head of the Jain Muni congregation, right? They are head of the uh, sadhu and sadhvis of Jain order, of the Digambar order. That's Acharya. There are many Acharya from different parampara in Digambar tradition at this point, and out of them, Acharya Vidyasagar is considered as the he's revered the most. He's the one whose penance is considered the most strongest. Like he's the one who has done lots of uppkar on our Jain in continuing the Digambar line of tradition, and not just that, he has ordained so many different monks, and all very very bright and very very intelligent monks who are great tapasvis and are contributing towards the effective prabhavana of Digambar tradition, right? So all of them belong to Acharya Vidyasagar ji's Sangh. He's still there. He is very old, but he is very strong on his tap. And that's like that's like his life. His whole life is a role model for us. That's something one should be very proud of, right? So that's Acharya Vidyasagar. And Acharya Vidyasagar, as I mentioned, has ordained many munis. Out of them, Acharya Muni Praman Sagarji is one of them, right? Muni Sudha Sagarji is another, Veer Sagarji, and there are many, Vinamr Sagarji, so many names I can take, but that's his uppkar, okay? So we'll learn something about him. This is a story in Hindi, but I'm sure, I know most of you are comfortable in Hindi. You know Hindi a bit. So we'll go through it in Hindi and I will address your questions on that. Okay. But remember, like Acharya Vidyasagar ji is, if you ever get an opportunity in your life to visit him, to do his darshan, please go for it. That would be a big, the kind of karma, good karma that will come on your side just by doing his darshan, by offering him food is immense. Like that's good enough for your life, is what I would say. Hai. So with that said, let me start this life story of Acharya Vidyasagar, and we'll go from there. Okay.
शिरोमणि 108 आचार्य श्री विद्यासागर जी महाराज, जिनकी आज हम जीवन गाथा सुनने वाले हैं, तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। शिरोमणि आचार्य श्री 108 विद्यासागर महाराज जी का पूर्व नाम विद्याधर अष्टगे था, जिनका जन्म कर्नाटक प्रांत के बेलगांव स्थित।
Okay, so his the name given by his parents, when was Vidyadhar Ashtage, right? He was born in a very small village called Chikodi in the Sadlaga. Actually, the village name is Sadlaga, Sadalga or Sadlaga. Actually, it's Sadalga. Okay, I think I'm mispronouncing it. It's Sadalga, and it's in the Belgavi district of Karnataka, right? So he was actually born in the south of India, and he was born in a very devout Jain family of farmers, and he was named as Vidyadhar Ashtage. Okay.
आश्विन शुक्ला पूर्णिमा संवत 2003 यानी 10 अक्टूबर 1946 गुरुवार शरद पूर्णिमा के पावन दिवस पर हुआ था। इनके गृहस्थ अवस्था के पिताश्री मल्लप्पा अष्टगे जी थे, जिन्होंने मुनि श्री मल्ली सागर जी बनकर समता पूर्वक समाधि मरण किया, और गृहस्थ अवस्था की माता श्रीमती अष्टगे थी, जिन्होंने तब श्री समय में माता जी बनकर अपनी आत्मा का कल्याण किया। आचार्य श्री इसके अलावा उनके गृहस्थ अवस्था के बड़े भाई महावीर प्रसाद जी घर में गृहस्थ अवस्था का निर्वाह कर रहे हैं, तो इनके छोटे भाई अनंतनाथ जी और शांतिनाथ जी वर्तमान में मुनि श्री योग सुंदर जी, मुनि श्री सदा सुंदर जी मुनि चर्या का निर्वाह कर रहे हैं।
So,
ब्रह्मचारी आचार्य जी से शिक्षा लेकर जैन धर्म की प्रभावना कर रही हैं। आचार्य श्री की मातृभाषा कन्नड़ थी।
okay, now very important facts. See, it's not that Acharya Vidyasagar ji, became a monk himself, right? It's not just that he was born in a Jain family. Think of it, right? He motivated his other brothers and sisters to also take the path of renunciation to become Jain monk, right? And now they are all part of his Sangh, right? So think of it, right? I mean, how big of an upkar he did on them as well in motivating them to become a monk. Not just that, he also ordained so many different monks, right? Which we are aware of. So that's another thing, right? Which is happening. And that's also part of the story. By the way, am I audible to all of you guys? Am I audible to you clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so no issues, right? Okay, I had just read in the chat somebody is having problems in
It was the video.
it was the video. Okay. Oh, okay. Got it, Arham. Yeah, so that's what, right? So that's very interesting fact about him. And there I was in another class, I'm teaching Solakar and Bhavna, another topic for you guys. But one of the bhavnas out there is Darshan Vishuddhi. Darshan Vishuddhi means somebody who gets Samyak Darshan and who also has the bhavna of welfare and compassion for other beings, right? Once somebody who has that kind of bhavna is the one who gets the Tirthankar Namkaram. That is one who then gets to be born as a Tirthankar in next life or so, right? Now that's Darshan Vishuddhi. I'm just relating back to it because that's a thought that occurred to me that, think of a soul, a revered soul like Acharya Vidyasagar ji, who has motivated so many other souls to elevate themselves out of this cycle of birth and death, right? To become Jain monks, not just beyond his family, but within his family also. So just a connection there. I'm not saying anything here. I'm just drawing some connection on what kind of bhav of welfare and compassion one should get, to even get to Tirthankar Namkaram. Anyways, one other fact about him is people think that, people who know him think that, oh, he must have been born in some Hindi speaking state of India. No, he was born in deep south. Like he was born in Karnataka. His mother tongue was Kannada, right? And that's another interesting fact about him. He's not from north of India, although his followership in north is equally good, like in south. है ना?
आचार्य श्री भक्ति पाठ्यक्रम से भक्ति की शिक्षा पूर्ण करते हुए आचार्य श्री देशभूषण जी महाराज से राजस्थान की जयपुर स्थित अतिशय क्षेत्र चूलगिरी में ब्रह्मचर्य व्रत ग्रहण किया। आचार्य प्रवर श्री ज्ञान सागर जी महाराज के कर कमलों से आषाढ़ सुदी पंचमी विक्रम संवत 2025 यानी रविवार 30 जून 1968 को राजस्थान अजमेर में मुनि दीक्षा ग्रहण की थी।
See, another interesting fact about him is like when he got this bhav of Vairagya, he came all the way from his city, his small town, Sadlaga, all the way to Rajasthan, to be in company of Acharya Gyan Sagar and his order. He attained Brahmacharya Diksha in Chulgiri which was again in Rajasthan, went to Ajmer, and that's where he got ordained as a monk, and later he got ordained as Acharya. Now, think of it, right? A poor son of a poor farmer with very limited resources got so much motivated by his zeal to get Vairagya and become a monk, actually came all the way north um, to be in company of the Jain order of Acharya.
कृष्णा ध्वज विक्रम संवत 2029 यानी बुधवार 22 नवंबर 1972 को राजस्थान के अजमेर स्थित नसीराबाद की पावन धरा पर आचार्य प्रवर श्री ज्ञान सागर महाराज जी द्वारा आचार्य पद पर विभूषित किया गया था। इस प्रकार आचार्य श्री ने संयम पथ पर अग्रसर होकर अपने कर कमलों से लगभग 300 मुनि आरिकाएं, जिनमें 127 मुनि और 172 आरिकाएं आत्म कल्याण करते हुए जैन धर्म का गौरव बढ़ा रही हैं।
So I told you, right, how many different, he's considered as the one of the acharyas of the current times. There have happened other acharyas in past who have ordained more and more monks, but in these current times he has ordained about 300 monks and sadhu and sadhvis in the Digambar tradition. They are now muni or arikas, or they are shullaks and ellaks, and there are 300 of them, and many of them, you would be surprised, were very good in their career. Like, I know of so many of monks who are MBAs, who did their MTech, like they are engineers and professionals who gave up their professional path to become a monk under the tutelage, under the guidance, under the diksha of by taking diksha from Acharya Vidyasagar. So that's a big thing, right? I mean, there are these stories about these people who used to work. There was a monk who used to work for I think Google or somewhere, and then he was in United States, and he went back and became a monk. Got so much inspired on the path of Vairagya by Vidyasagar ji Maharaj. So that's a big thing, right? I mean, 300 plus and growing order, right? So that's great, right?
आचार्य श्री ने मराठी, अंग्रेजी, प्राकृत, अपभ्रंश, संस्कृत आदि भाषाओं के ज्ञान से अनेक पुस्तकों की रचनाएं की हैं, जिनमें नर्मदा का नरम कंकड़, रोबो मत लगाओ डुबकी, तोता रोता क्यों, जैन गीता, गुरुवाणी, प्रवचन पारिजात, प्रवचन प्रमेय तथा गिरगिट आदि काव्य रचनाएं की हैं। इन्हीं रचनाओं में मूक माटी महाकाव्य एवं हाइकू के लिए प्रसिद्धि को प्राप्त हो चुके हैं। परम पूज्य आचार्य श्री विद्यासागर महाराज जैसे संत, जो अपनी आत्मा का कल्याण करते हुए दूसरों के हित और दूसरों की आत्मा का कल्याण करने का रास्ता बताते हैं, उनकी जीवनी इस गुरु पूर्णिमा पर आप भी सुनकर अपने जीवन को कृतार्थ करें। आचार्य श्री के तप और त्याग पर आचार्य श्री के अमृत वचन, आचार्य श्री द्वारा किए गए महत्वपूर्ण कार्यों और उनके द्वारा चलाए गए अभियानों पर भी संक्षेप में मैंने वीडियोस बनाई हुई है, जिसकी लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में डाल दी है। आप उन वीडियोस को भी जरूर देखें। ऐसी ही और भी वीडियोस के लिए
Okay, let's stop this from here. Okay, beta. So you heard the story, right? So many things about Acharya Vidyasagar. Let's do another video and then we do a quick Kahoot. Okay. So let's hear this out. Oh, did we?
पोषण ठीक है उसी दिन शक्कर और नमक क्या जीवन क्या कर दिया
So think of it, right? It's when was this? In 1960s, right? That's when he got the diksha, and he, on the day of his diksha, took the vow that he will never consume sugar and salt. Can you imagine eating food for so long without sugar and salt? Can you imagine that? Are you guys able to hear the story, or you are having difficulties?
I'm having difficulty.
Maulik, okay, why is that? Because
Yeah, same here. Like
so
the audio keeps cutting out.
Same.
oh, it cuts off. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see it go. I'm stopping it deliberately to add in some thoughts and things, but I hope that's not what is causing it.
Could you try and like stop sharing your screen and then resharing it?
Okay, so I have stopped sharing and resharing. Okay, let me try that.
And then like possibly increase the volume on your computer and then mute yourself while the video is playing. So
Okay.
like try to like minimize the audio disturbance.
Got it. Got it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. So one thing, right? I was the main, see, think of it this, right? Giving up sugar and salt for a day. Have you ever tried that, by the way? Any of you? Have you done this kind of thing? Because people do that, right? That's a part of our tap. It's a very interesting practice to follow, hai na? Giving up sugar and salt for a day. If you have not, I would strongly encourage for you to do that for at least a day and see what are your experiences with it, hai na? Giving up sugar and salt for a day, and then think of the fact that Acharya Shri is not taken sugar, processed sugar and salt in his food for that long time, right? When he was ordained in 60s, so close to what, 40, 50, 60 years almost, right? 50 years, wow. Right?
60.
About 60, yes, approaching 60. That many years, he has not actually taken any salt and sugar in his food. And remember, monks, Jain monk only eat once a day, sometimes not even once a day, right? So, wow, that's wow, right? Okay, so let me do this. I will mute myself and I will turn on the video. How about that?
I still can't hear.
Okay, you cannot hear it either, even now?
Yeah, I
Is
can't.
is it breaking down for you, Maulik, or is it completely off?
I just can't hear it, like in general. I just can't hear it at all.
But
At first it was breaking off, now I can't hear it.
okay, okay. How about other folks?
Yeah, same
I
here.
can't hear it.
Oh, you know what?
Same.
Let me not mute myself then. Okay, maybe that's the issue. Okay, let's see. How about now?
I can barely hear.
Huh?
Well, barely, but
Okay, we'll manage with this. Okay, I don't
Wait,
think
did you
I
share
can.
when you shared your screen? Did you click like to share audio?
No, there is no share audio.
There should be one. Like when you share your screen, there should be like a little check mark in like the bottom that says like share audio or something like that.
Yeah, there's an option for like under audio settings,
Yeah.
Okay,
which
wait.
should allow you to play the audio while you're muted.
Okay, I will try. Let me see, because earlier it was working fine, right? So I don't think that's the case, but let me see. Okay. That's my microphone and that's my speaker. Okay, and that's my volume automatically adjust. Yeah, okay. I think my options are all right. I have increased the input volume for now, okay, to see if that helps. And then let me share it again now. Share sound. I see that option. Let me try now. Okay. Let me try it. Okay. And now.
तीसरी खास बात, आचार्य श्री ने 1976
Any better?
Yes, it's extremely
Way
clear
better.
now.
Way better.
Okay. Oh, I learned something new then. Okay. The
Yeah.
share sound side. Okay. So let me play it out then. Okay.
में यानी आज से 46 वर्ष पहले ड्राई फ्रूट्स, सब्जी और फलों का भी त्याग कर दिया। आचार्य श्री केवल दाल, चावल, रोटी और शुद्ध जल लेते हैं। कोई तत्व नहीं जाता इनके शरीर के अंदर, फिर भी आंखों की रोशनी कमाल की है और मुख पर तेज भी कमाल का है। बस यही आहार लेते हैं, वो भी 24 घंटे में सिर्फ एक बार, हाथों की अंजलि बनाकर। इनका आहार भी 10-12 मिनट में संपन्न हो जाता है। चौथी खास बात, आचार्य श्री कभी भी कहीं पर भी थूकते नहीं हैं। थूकने से सूक्ष्म जीवों की हिंसा होती है, इसलिए जीव हिंसा ना हो जाए इसका बहुत ध्यान रखते हैं हमारे गुरुदेव। जीव दया का पूरा पालन करते हैं। 40 वर्ष से आचार्य श्री कभी भी थूके नहीं हैं, है ना कितनी गजब की बात। पांचवी खास बात, पिछले 55 सालों से उत्तम केश लोच। दिगंबर संत दाढ़ी, मूछ और सर के बाल घास की तरह उखाड़ फेंकते हैं। इतनी कठिन चर्या है इनकी खास बात। जिस दिन से दीक्षा ली है उस दिन से चाहे बुखार हो या बिहार, हर 2 महीने में सुबह 4 बजे केश लोच तो निश्चित है। छठी खास बात, दिन में कभी भी लेटते नहीं हैं, सिर्फ रात में लेटते हैं, वो भी सिर्फ 3 या 3.5 घंटे के लिए, वो भी एक ही करवट से। 1952 से 31 साल से आचार्य श्री दिन में कभी भी लेटे नहीं हैं। 12 बजे से 3:30 बजे तक के लिए ही सोते हैं। सातवीं खास बात, तीनों सामायिक और प्रतिक्रमण हमेशा समय पर ही करते हैं। चाहे कोई भी धार्मिक सभा ही क्यों ना आ जाए, चाहे कोई मिलने ही क्यों ना आ जाए, सारे काम एक तरफ, पर सामायिक और प्रतिक्रमण से कोई हेर फेर नहीं। सामायिक खड़े होकर ही करते हैं। सुबह 4 बजे, दोपहर में 12 बजे और शाम को 7 बजे इनका सामायिक का टाइम होता है, और प्रतिदिन शाम को 5 बजे प्रतिक्रमण करते हैं हमारे गुरुदेव। आठवीं खास बात, जिस कमरे में भी आचार्य श्री ठहरते हैं उस कमरे में लाइट की व्यवस्था होते हुए भी लाइट नहीं जलाई जाती। चाहे कितनी भी बरसात, ठंड का समय हो, कमरे में लाइट नहीं जलती है। 55 वर्षों से आज तक इनके कमरे में लाइट नहीं जली है। 9वीं खास बात, सूर्यास्त से सूर्योदय तक उसी तखत पर, एक ही तखत पर बैठे रहते हैं और उसी तखत पर लेटते हैं। 10वीं खास बात, आचार्य श्री आहार सिर्फ एक बार लेते हैं और वो भी एक ही समय पर। सुबह ठीक 9:30 बजे पे ये अपने आहार चर्या के लिए निकल जाते हैं और सिर्फ 4 चीजें ही आहार में लेते हैं, दाल, चावल, रोटी और शुद्ध जल। दिगंबर संतों को भौतिक चीजों से कोई लगाव नहीं होता है। सूक्ष्म अहिंसा का पालन करते हैं हमारे आचार्य श्री। हमेशा सामायिक, स्वाध्याय और धार्मिक चर्चा में ही व्यस्त रहते हैं। तो ये थी 10 खास बातें आचार्य श्री के बारे में। वैसे तो इनके बारे में हजारों खास बातें हैं, जितनी भी बातें की जाए उतनी ही कम है, पर फिर भी उनकी दिनचर्या में से मैंने 10 खास बातें आपको बताई। आशा करती हूँ आपको अच्छी लगी होंगी। ऐसी ही और भी वीडियोस के लिए मेरे चैनल को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। सादर जय जिनेंद्र।
Jai Jinendra. Hannah, that's a great story, right? So let's quickly do a Kahoot about that. I already see you guys there. Arham is there. That's the pin. Why don't you all go join there and then I'll start the Kahoot. Okay, this is the Kahoot about Acharya Vidyasagar's life, the videos that we just saw. So Ayan, is that you in the hat? I'm assuming it's you.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Somehow your name is not cropping up, but that's okay.
I don't
Okay.
know. Somehow I can just put a space and it works.
Okay. This must be your system. Anyways. Okay, who else we have? Kavya is on. And then we have Maulik as well. So 4 of you. Awesome. Let's start. Okay. Acharya Shri 108, 108, Vidyasagar ji. Okay. Question 1. What was the name given by his parents to Acharya Shri Vidyasagar ji? What was his Purvanam or the born name he was born with? Was it Vidya? Was it Vidyadhar Ashtage? Was it Ratan? Or none of these? What was his birth name or call? Yeah, birth name, not call. Okay, yes, the right answer is Vidyadhar Ashtage, right? That was his birth name. Okay, next one. Okay, next one. Number 2. Where was Acharya Shri Vidyasagar Ji Maharaj born? Remember, I told you he was born in the deep south of India, right? Was it Sadalga in Karnataka, Sartha in Maharashtra, or Kumbhoj in Karnataka, or none of them? Sadalaga in Karnataka, or Sartha in Maharashtra, or Kumbhoj? So, a southern state, that's your hint. Yes, awesome. The right answer is Sadalaga in Karnataka. Yes, okay. Let's keep going. Next question is number 3. What is what's the name of his father, right? His father's name. That's the question. Okay, what are the name? Is it Mahendraji, Vidyasagarji, Shri Mallappa Ashtage, or Shri Maniji? What's his father's name? In South, Appa means father. Okay, just a hint. Okay, the right answer is Mallappa ji Ashtage, right? The last name same, Ashtage, and Mallappa, that's the name of his father. Okay, Mallappa Ashtage, and that's his father's name. Now let's keep going. Okay, next. Number 4. What's the mother tongue of Acharya Shri Vidyasagar ji? What was the language of his, upbringing? Was it Kannada, Urdu, Punjabi, or Gujarati? So language from the south of India, one of the languages. That was his mother tongue. That's your hint. Yes, the right answer is Kannada. Okay, Kannada is the language of his upbringing or his mother tongue. Although he is always promoting Hindi because that's the national language. He always gives his pravachans in Hindi only. But his mother tongue is Kannada. Okay, next one. Let's keep going. Number 5. How many siblings do Acharya Shri Vidyasagar Ji Maharaj have? How many siblings? Brothers and sisters. Okay. 5 brothers, 2 sisters, 2 brothers, 1 sister, 3 brothers, 2 sisters, 1 brother, 1 sister. Right. So this fact was also shared. Yes, the right answer is 3 brothers and 2 sisters. In total, there are 6. There are 6 brothers and sisters, including Acharya Shri. And when he was, in his grahast life, before he became a monk. Now that he's a monk, every monk is his brother and sister. Okay, monk and sadhu and sadhvi as applied. Okay, but when he was born, that's him. 3 plus 3, so 6. Okay, let's keep going. From whom did Acharya Shri took the vow of Brahmacharya? So who was his Brahmacharya Guru, or from whom he took the Brahmacharya Diksha? Acharya Sanmati Sagar, Acharya Vardhaman Sagar Ji, or Acharya Desh Bhushan Ji Maharaj? So from whom did he get his Diksha as a Brahmachari? Okay, let's see. Acharya. Okay, the right answer and the only right answer is Acharya Desh Bhushan Ji. Okay, not Sanmati Sagarji, not Varman Sagarji. His Brahmacharya Guru was Acharya Desh Bhushanji Maharaj. Okay, so keep going. Okay, number 7. Who is the Diksha Guru of Acharya Shri Vidyasagarji Maharaj? Now remember, now we are talking about Diksha Guru. Okay, so Brahmachari Diksha from Desh Bhushanji, and the Diksha, the actual Diksha from the right answer is one of them. Okay. So his Diksha Guru is.
I misclicked.
Oh, okay. The right answer actually is Acharya Gyan Sagarji. Hai na? Gyan Sagarji was from the order of Shanti Sagarji Maharaj only Acharya, but his immediate Diksha Guru is Acharya Gyan Sagarji. Okay, that's the right answer. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, number 8. Do Acharya Vidyasagarji take support for sitting? Simple question. Does he take any support while sitting? The right answer is, I'll let you figure it out. Okay, yes, he does not take any support while sitting. Right now, he's so old now. He was what, 77 or 78? But still, he's like, that's something he doesn't do. He needs it, right? His body is now very old, but still he manages somehow. He has so many disciples around him. He can easily be helped, but he does not take that help because that's against the principles of monkhood, of being a Digambar monk. Okay, so that's that. Next one. Okay, number 9. Where did Acharya Vidyasagarji Maharaj got the post of Acharya? As in, where was he elevated to be the head of the monk congregation, become an Acharya? Was it in Nasirabad, Ajmer, or Pune, Maharashtra, or Sadlaga, Karnataka, or Amritsar, Punjab? Where did he got his this? Oh, no right answers for this. Come on. He was born in Sadlaga, but his elevation to Acharya Padvi happened in Nasirabad in Ajmer district of Rajasthan. Okay, so the right answer is Nasirabad. Okay, next one, number 10. Who wrote the great literature Mukmati? Mukmati is a poetic work of whom? These are the 4 names. Very simple question, actually. Okay. Let's see what's the right answers. Answer. Okay. Okay. The right answer is Acharya Vidyasagarji, right? He's the one who wrote this poetic work called Mukmati. I have a copy of it, by the way. But then, interesting fact is, this is one of those literary work on which so many folks have done their PhDs. Like they wrote a critique, which let them win their doctorate. I don't exactly remember the number, but these are in like, I think more than 20 or something, if my memory serves me right, who have done their PhD in Mukmati, on Mukmati, okay, which is Acharya Vidyasagarji's work. Okay, next. And by the way, yeah, okay. Has Acharya Shri taken a vow to never eat salt and sugar? So it's a yes and no question. Has he taken any such vow to never eat salt and sugar? Yeah, awesome. All the 4 answers. Yes, he has. He has given up and this is like he gave it up like when he got his Diksha. So more than almost approaching 60 years, he has not ate any salt and sugar. So the challenge to you guys is try to do that for a day and see how it goes for you. Okay, I'd be very excited and to hear back from you in what happens when you give up salt and sugar for a day. Okay, let's keep moving. Number 12. When did Acharya Shri give up vegetables, fruits, and nuts? Like he doesn't consume that either, right? He doesn't take any vegetables, leafy vegetables and whatnot. Was it in 76, 87, 78, or 89? Which year did he give up vegetables, fruits, and nuts? Okay. And the right answer is 76. Okay. 76. Wow. Right? What? How many years again? 20 plus 20, 40, about
47.
47 years. He hasn't taken any vegetables, fruits, and nuts. Isn't that amazing? You know? Okay, let's keep going. That's a reflection on his tyag, right? Now, number 13. Does Acharya Shri Vidyasagar Ji Maharaj use electricity? Now, in the sense that with the rooms that he stays, are the lights turned on and what? Does fans on and not? Right? AC is running and not, right? The right answer is no. He doesn't even use any electricity that way, in that form, right? So that's the right answer. Perfect answer. Okay, let's keep going. Number 14. When was Acharya Vidyasagar Ji Maharaj born? Right? That was back when, right? The hint is he's what, 77 years old now. So figure out yourself. Was it in 1946, 45, or 43? Which year was he born? Or which date he was born? Okay. Yes, the right answer is 10th October 1946. That's why we are talking about him, because we are in the month of October, right? And his birth date is recent past. Birthday is, so we are talking about it. So 10th October 1946. Okay, let's keep going. Next one. Last question of the day. Among the following, which books are written by Acharya Shri Vidyasagar Ji? There are many books that he wrote. Mukh Mati is one of them, by the way. But out of these three, Jain Gita, Girgit, which means chameleon or chameleon, however you want to pronounce it, and Guruvani. Okay, interesting title there, Girgit. Okay. Okay, the right answer actually is all the above. He wrote a book by name called Jain Gita, and then Girgit, and then Guruvani as well. So all the three books rather, have been written by him, along with many other books like Mukh Mati. Okay, so awesome, great job, guys. By the way, now let me do one thing. So let me stop sharing. Okay, after the podium thing. So the guy on the top of the podium is Maulik. Awesome, Maulik. I like your look with that pirate look. It's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see. One thing I wanted to do for you guys. Let me see if I can grab it quickly. Yes. So I was telling you about his epic poem work, right? That's his book. If you guys can see it, I have actually its translation also. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's his book. It's a big book. And there are, like, as I told you, so many people did their doctorate on this book. This is a book of, he's Acharya Shri is adept at, is an expert at writing haikus, right? The poetic work of structure. And that's what he keeps doing. And, this book actually contains many haikus written by him in Hindi language. Okay. So that's another great fact about Acharya Shri. Anyways, with that, we are going to end today's class. Do you have any questions? Anybody? Okay, great. So let's do a Jinwani Stuti. Jawan. Sujilo Kalu. Jinwani Mastak Dharu. ये जिनवाणी भारती मां तोहे जपो दिन रैन जो तेरी शरणा गए सो पावे सुख चैन. Jai Jinendra everyone, and Michami Dukdam, Uttam Shama. Thank you for attending the class and being on time. Okay. See you next week.
Jai Jinendra.
Jinendra.
Bye.
Jai
Jai
Jinendra.
Jinendra.